Today we're going to focus on prime and composite numbers. Now today's lecture is not very long, so please use the practice worksheets and complete the practice problems to better help you understand. Prime numbers are numbers that are greater than 1, so not 0 and not 1, but these numbers that are greater than 1 only have two factors, 1 and itself, such as 2 is 1 times 2 is 2. So those are the two factors. 3, 1 and itself, so 1 and 3. So those are prime numbers. Composite numbers are going to be numbers greater than 1, so 0 and 1 again are not prime or composite numbers, and these numbers actually have more than two factors. So you are including 1 and itself, but there should be also more numbers there in between, such as 4. The factors is 1 and 4, but you also have 2 times 2, so 1, 2, and 4. I'm going to go ahead and have you complete these practice problems, A through E, and then I'm going to give you some extra ones on your Fitbin. Now, what I'd like you to do is identify if the number is prime, composite, or neither. Now, please don't just identify it as prime, composite, or neither, but I also want you to tell me why. So be able to explain why, write it out, give me the factors, prove to me whether it's prime, composite, or neither prime or composite. Go ahead, pause this, take some time to complete this. Please try and do it without looking at the answers, just use the answers to check your work. Okay, now we can see letter A, 1, it's neither because remember a prime and composite number needs to be greater than 1. Okay, B, 29, it's prime because if we divide 29 and check the divisibility on that, it's only 1 and 29. There are no other numbers that can be multiplied together to give me 29. Then 160 is composite because it has multiple numbers that are able to be multiplied to get 160. So 160 is divisible by multiple numbers. Then D, 43, it is prime, only 1 and 43. And then E, 7,251 is composite. And remember, I can actually add up the sum of the digits to figure out if it's divisible by 3. Now I am going to give you some practice problems. We did practice what a factor tree was in class, so you can use the factor tree or the factor ladder to basically figure out or break apart a composite number into prime factors. And remember, we are not focusing on 1 and the number. We're focusing on breaking apart our number, our composite number, into prime factors. So if we look at 60, we're going to divide that into 3 and 20. Now, there can be various ways in which you can do that. We saw this in class, but basically I could do 2 times 30, but here I have 3 times 20. Now 3 is a prime number because I can't break that down any further, and I'm just going to hold off onto 3. And then we have the 20. I can break that down further into 2 and 10. 2 is a prime number, and then I'm going to break the 10 down into 2 and 5. 2 and 5 are both prime numbers. So my prime numbers, 3, 2, 2, and 5. Now if I multiply them, 3 times 2 is 6. 6 times 2 is 12. And 12 times 5 is 60. So I can check my work. So please make sure you check your work to see that you didn't make a mistake. Okay? So go ahead, try the practice problems, and then check your answers. Now the practice problems are on the Fitbin.